Okay, give me 1 second. Let me fix. All right. My cat is off her heat and she's having post-nut clarity energy. And she's just sitting there like, wow, did I really do that? Oh my gosh. Every time I wear my hat, my hair looks funky. But hi everyone, welcome to my reading. Welcome to my channel. July through October reading. So I don't know if I'll be able to be here often just because I'm going through what I'm going through. I want to be able to secure this foundation, but man, let me just pull up the cards. Thank you, Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father. Thank you, God. So two source energy first. So it's something unseen, unknown, or yeah, unseen or unknown, unseen something. Yeah, unseen betrayal. So basically the unseen betrayal has been seen already. So there, you know, when something is unseen and it comes out as unseen, that means that it's already been closed out because there's no way you could see it anymore. It has to change. Like when you see something, it changes. So if there was an unseen betrayal, that means that the betrayal was seen. So it wasn't really a betrayal, was it? Strength in the bottom of the deck, right? So there's definitely some sort of all the energy coming out, like please. Knight of joints. There's some sort of discovery. Okay, there's some sort of discovery. Okay, so somebody tried to cover up some sort of discovery of some sort. Yeah, so emolument. So someone wanted to like, oh, an entity. Yeah, so someone wanted to probably cover up some sort of entity behind some sort of false emolument. So it's kind of like structures of businesses. So business structures, entity structures are only created based off of the format of a human blueprint. It can't be created otherwise. Humans can be created off of the blueprint of a business enterprise, and business enterprises cannot be human themselves. They always have to be like made out of like a human context. They have to be. That's why they're entities, because they're quite literally the shadows of a human nature. But that's what we utilize in order to create capitalism. Okay? So basically this energy, yeah, which is just asset exchange, but God bless America. So basically this is not walking away from some sort of opportunity, like I said. So this is like some sort of hidden discovery, quite literally. So someone was probably hoarding some sort of hidden discovery, some sort of technology, something. They were hiding something. They wanted to monopolize off of it. Okay, I see it. You know how there's like huge homelessness? I'm currently in San Francisco, but there's huge homelessness in San Francisco. I'm pretty sure they're trying to monopolize off of the homelessness in San Francisco by trying to create kind of like whatever. I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm just gonna say there's definitely a business opportunity here. And you know me, a businesswoman, I can always see a business opportunity. I see all the business opportunity. That means that I see anyone that also sees the business opportunity, right? So this is where real competition comes in, okay? This is where real war comes in, okay? There's something that people really, really, really admire, something really want. And it's probably like stability, more sheltering. And so that's probably what I was watching a reading, and she mentioned being spoiled. And then I understood like later, just right now, I'm like, oh, okay, it's being sheltered. So there's a difference between being sheltered and being spoiled. And then there's also a difference between that and being nurtured. So this is like the opportunity to provide some sense of nurturing, to capitalize off of nurturing. That's what it is. Because people already know what it's like to get both sides of the situation, both spoiled and sheltered. So now, you know what I mean? Someone wanted me to give like my mom gratitude, but I'm giving God gratitude. I'm honoring the Most High God in this situation. Thank God for the fact that, you know, there were lessons that I didn't have to learn from my parents. You know what I mean? Exactly, High Priestess. Upright. See? Period. So the nurturing and all this stuff, right? It's like false motherhood energy, which is why there's so much like false sensual energy that was being like siphoned. So now fool's gold energy, but now King of Pipes. Yeah, this is like King of Swords energy. What was that? Yeah, Nine of Joints. Yeah, there was definitely some sort of underestimation of clarity in the situation. Yeah, when it comes to emolumentation, anything that has to do with personal security, really. Yeah, the world cycle complete. See what I told you? There was literally, I told you the cycle had already been complete. It's already something that was already, it's like something wanted to come through like a, as the compromise, but it didn't work through because it's like, it didn't have substance or it wasn't substantial. So something of substantial stability, okay? Substantial stability, substantiation, no, substantial, yeah, substantial, yeah, exactly. Substantial stability. It's like emolument. It's like working from home kind of energy, strength. So it's like, it's the gap. It's the wage gap, or it's the education gap? No, it's the communication gap, isn't it? The language gap. Yeah, it's the language gap. I knew it. So there was right now there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things to be able to protect each other from language barriers and language gaps, okay? Like there's so much love going on in America. I think that hasn't been said. I mean, that's probably what God really wants me to talk about. There is so much love in America, and it's all untapped, okay? And that's what the strength is about. It's all untapped love. And it's like the only way to be able to really save this country is not falling for that false nurturing trap. Like that's the only way. Because it's like learning what it means to be not unsheltered, not spoiled, unspoiled. Learning what it means to be not unsheltered, not unsheltered. So it's like not necessarily sheltered, but more so protected, right? People find, like, for example, I'm learning, this is like a communication barrier, I'm saying. But the communication barrier has to do with, there's a gap. There's like an exploitative, yeah, there's like an exploitative false systems, false doctrines, see? A false doctrine, some sort of exploitative that is of language barriers, that is in language barriers. So yeah, the Fool energy, and there it is. It's like the situation had been falsely discovered. So it's like someone, well, you know that this has happened to me before, and it's like like in a smaller scale. We all have to learn lessons in order for us to understand how these happen in a bigger scale. That's why we thank God that it happens. See, God's plan, it all happened in like a smaller scale for us. But it's like you being like, oh, is that pomegranate? Is that this? Is that? And the person's like, no, that's something else completely different. Actually, I even made a video about it, and it's like there's a there's a meme I made actually that was like, oh my gosh, is that oh, what you call it? What'd she say? Oh my gosh, is that a persimmon, or is that, oh my gosh, is that an orange or something like that? And it goes, no, it's a persimmon. Look, as fuck, persimmon came out. Anyways, I wasn't trying to say persimmon. No, it was a, like, it was a grapefruit. No, it's a grapefruit. Like, oh, I can't even say my fruit. I can't even call my fruits like that, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like someone couldn't identify something about themselves, or people couldn't identify something about some sort of business that was causing some sort of compromise of values. Yeah. So they were like, yeah, in this energy there was, but the reality is that the pinpointing why people couldn't figure it out is because it was unsubstantial. It was something that is unsubstantial, so like something that is so invalid that it like hides, and then like it's like a dormant, it's like malaria. Yeah, it's like it's dormant, and then what do you call it, it like starts to corrupt, right? That's what it is. It starts to corrupt the energy, corrupt the narrative, corrupt the situation. Yeah, exactly, there it is. It's like someone couldn't identify some sort of goodness within themselves that they were supposed to find in someone else. It's kind of that energy. Yeah. What is this? I'm trying to explain how fucking entities are different than human beings. Like, you see, that's what I'm trying to say. That's where the unsubstantialized, this is what I'm trying to say. Now the energy has been caught. There's the manifestation energy and there's the wish fulfillment. There's the Nine of Cups. You see? So they thought that they would be able to hide it. This is what I'm trying to say. There's some sort of like unsubstantialism that's being occurred, like something like a false advice, and it's like being like, you know what I mean, it's yeah, it's trying to like dissipate the actual construct of prophetic wisdom, but it's not understanding that prophetic wisdom is pure, but it can't understand because it's not human, it's an entity, you see. I didn't have to explain the first beginning. In fact, I cut it off. And then I continued saying what I had to say to begin with from the get-go. Because that's what I'm talking about. It's like it's an entity. It's something like, it's not like AI, because a lot of people are like, oh, predictive programming, it's AI. It's not AI. Artificial intelligence is not, I mean, I already had a video about how artificial intelligence is like not really artificial and how UI really works, but and stuff like that. But because it's about user interface, it also has to do with user experience, and user experience has to do with reality. You know what I mean? Thresholding and so on and so forth. Cuts, yeah, like we're literally, data boxes literally contain information that are compressed data in electronic format. Like, that's pretty fucking crazy. I don't know why you guys don't see the fucking insanity that is that. In fact, that's what people call black magic in Africa. Like, we're like, oh, you're talking about doing magic. That's fucking magic. Like, the fuck? We know about that. It happened in Lemuria. And so this is what I'm talking about. That's where the false discovery energy is. Like, they don't understand the serious context of crystal systems and crystal grid systems, because they don't understand that, like, back in the day there used to be a whole civilization of people that used to live in between crystals. Like, they used to have homes there, they used to live there, they used to nurture themselves there, they used to eat there. Like, they used to travel beyond to the lands and come back to their homes, which would be in between this crystalline city, like the Emerald City kind of energy. So there's a reason why the subconscious memory remembers all these kinds of details. In fact, that's also why the buildings are the way that they are. The designs of the buildings are the way that they are, because a lot of that is crystals that have been solidified and transformed into something else already. But they used to be crystals before. They used to have a crystal core. In fact, that's how it used to be. Technology used to be super simple and easy back then. In fact, it was like, you know, like in Superman, when he goes to Antarctica and starts touching on the glass cave crystal systems. Like, we understand that's like how it works. Like, that's genuinely, and this is what I'm saying, the entity. So there's a whole separate entity that's living a completely different reality, that's not realizing, like, this is real world information. Yes, there's mythologies involved about stories and stuff like that, that people, you know, coincided with, or like wrote together information that they pieced together, because that was a part of their journey to be able to understand the reality they lived in. Like, how else do you explain to the people of the future that used to live in between crystals without knowing the word crystal, in between world, home, or anything like that? There's a way that you have to be able to coordinate some sort of translation, some sort of articulation. So it's not really a translation or a communication gap. It's not really that, is it? It's actually a translational gap. It's like the ability to translate. So a lot of people, they want to, you know what I mean? So whatever that entity is some sort, maybe it's like a translation app or a translation application. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about when it comes to technology? It's some sort of like way, direction, pathway that something gets, like Chinese whisperers. That's a good example too. Like that's obviously like a little racist and stuff like that, but that's supposed to be a lesson. That's like a folktale lesson about like networks being tangled up and noises coming from the channels and like static sounds due to, you know what I mean, like arrogance, because it's the arrogance of the people that got the fucking wires tangled up, isn't it? So when they're trying to fucking find out how to, you know what I mean, it's kind of like that. It's like people learning what principles and principalities actually do, instead of like instead of, yeah, like that's like, because you have to translate expression, expressionistic translation. So like translation of art, translation of design, like not everybody has the eyes to see kind of energy. So someone wanted to like manipulate or monopolize off of the eyes to see. So certain, not like taste, but like insight. Wanted to monopolize insight. I mean, well, when it comes to human nature, people will say, "Oh, that's something that people have done." Actually, that's an ancestral curse. That's an ancestral curse that I'm breaking. Yeah, there it is. Innocence. Yeah, the fool. It's an ancestral curse. Yeah, it's a false emolument. Yeah, look, the devil. I couldn't make this up. That's where the energy of conjuring even comes from, where it seems like conjuring is even a real thing, where it causes psychosis. Yeah, and there it is. Direction. I couldn't make this up. Direction work. You see what I'm saying? It literally puts people inside the energy of conjuring. So conjuring, there's a difference between conjuring. So it's like jury, conjuring, juring, like, okay, yeah, that's a real word. Judicializing. I couldn't even fucking make it up. Yep, judicialize. To bring under the scope or control of judicial authority to make subject to legal court or court proceedings. Yeah. And then these are, judicializing would be the occurrence of dispellation, suppression, banishment, dismissal, unmaking, forgetting, negating. You see? That's the kind of power it has. Yup. So they wanted to retain the power of judicializing, which is why they said, which is why the energy came through like, oh, you think you can preserve something? Yeah. They wanted to retain the energy of judicializing. So now it's being given to God. Yeah, because like, for example, you only have ownership through your business according to the earthly law, or at least United States law, as soon as you have an LLC on it. That's the only way that your business is legitimized and or basically legal. It's now a legal business, right? So in this energy, it's like these people wanting to have control over the judicialization. You see what I'm saying? It's more so like if something would be considered legal or not, depending on anything else. Anything else but actually judicial legal authority. but they wanted to make it seem like it was judicial and legal authority. So now it's being yeah, it's being seen Nine of Pentacles with the King of Wands. There's actual judicial authority from the Most High God with the Nine of Pentacles energy. Yeah, with singularity, with God's plan here. Yeah, with Kingdom Cometh. This is like the energy of Kingdom Cometh. This is like the energy of company. You know, there's another thing that people always say, misery loves company. Yeah, 1670. Okay, sorry, y'all. Okay, Levi made him a great feast in his own house, and there was a great company of publicans and of others that sat with them. 23, 27. And there followed him a great company of people, and of women, which also bewailed and lamented him. And being let go, they went to their own company and reported all that the chief priests and elders had said unto them. Okay. So basically, it's like there's a lot of power here, right? There's a lot of power here, but there's also a lot of like diffusion occurring. And the diffusion is being empathetically felt, but it's not being like, it's not supposed to be weaponized. That's what it is, which is what was trying to be accessed. Yeah, you see, that's where they were trying to control the discovery. Judicialize. Yeah, they wanted to act, they wanted to judicialize. They wanted the power of judicialization, I'm trying to say. But it's all given to God because they're being seen as reckless kind of energy. Yeah, Tower. So now the power is provided to those who will utilize it properly. Yeah, this is the energy. This is the power of judicialization. It's King of Buds, King of Pentacles energy with the Two of Wands. Or should I say, yeah, Two of Wands, which is like going forward or like just looking forward kind of energy. It's like, you see what I'm saying? It's like journey forward. And it's not yet the Three of Wands where it's like, okay, you're about to make your trip. It's like just heading, just planning it. Not really planning it, but really formulating it kind of energy. Formulaic judicialization, yeah. And then this is like the energy of the Archangel Gabriel, but also like emotional stability and then emotional contentment. This is like knowing how to, yeah, like, because the cup, the master of the cup would be the one to give the water to the plant, to the pentacle, whereas the original plant, the seed, came from the Queen of Cups energy. You know what I mean? So the cups turn into the pentacles, and then the pentacles turn into swords. Or the other way around. Is it that the swords turn into pentacles? But either way, the King of Cups is here to like nourish. So this is like masculine nourishment. Okay, I see. So you see what I'm saying? It's like where nourishment was being emasculated. Yeah, it was being emasculated because that's how you would abuse toxic feminine energy. So that was one. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles is here. Yeah, and then the Two of Pentacles. And so this is like, see, judicialization. So it's being, so there's like, yeah, exactly. So this is like staying power as well with the Wheel of Fortune here upright and the Four of Swords. Yeah, justice. You see, they wanted to, they wanted to, they wanted to corrupt the formula of attraction or something. Like just attractiveness. Yeah. Ancestral curses, but anyway, it's being given to God now. It's being finally, they're finally being released. That's the energy. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Yeah, because it was like it was trying to cause issues for, yeah, honor. It was trying to, yeah, it was trying to, yep, dismiss honor to steal judicialization. See? But that's the power of judicialization is in, see, dismissal is the power of judicialization. But this energy, but that energy wanted to, what'd you call it? Disempower, to abuse dismissal. So now it's being seen, it's being reviewed. Yeah, it's being called out, reviewed, and all that jazz. Yeah, because of, yeah, exactly. Because of the sheltering. Yeah, because they're seeing signs of sheltering and spoilage. Exactly. They're seeing signs of sheltering and spoilage. And they wanted to make it seem like, yup. Yup. Of sheltering and spoilage. And they wanted to make it, they wanted to demonize nurturing, masculine nurturing for it. Yeah, I swear. They wanted to abuse the power of digitalization. They keep on trying to force forgetfulness. Like they're still doing it. Didn't I say that was the power of it? Didn't I say? Because that's why they want to throw conjurings at us. Okay? That's why they want to throw conjurings at us. Dispellation, suppression, banishment, dismissal, unmaking, forgetfulness, negation. Yeah. Negation. So like that's another, that's what they were abusing the most. Negation. Yep. They were trying to negate positivity by corrupting it and then making it seem like it was already negative when it had already transpired to begin with, or already been translated to begin with. And there it is. They were abusing negation in order to corrupt translations, and that was causing communication issues. So now it's being given to God. It is Mercury retrograde, so hey, Mercury is chilling. So yeah, plan. So you see what I'm saying? So there's the vengeance. There's the vengeance. And that's really what it was about. It was like to falsify what true karma is. Yeah. Yeah, see? To falsify what true karma is. Yep, and now it's there. Now it's being revealed. The thievery is being revealed. Yeah, the Hierophant is seeing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. 8 of Pentacles. So this is like enlightenment. Also the energy, judicialization, true judicialization. Yeah, the 5 of Cups is in reverse with the Hangman, spirit guides, ancestors with this. What is this? The 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and the 7 of Cups. I mean Pentacles. Investment strategies. Okay, so the King of Pentacles. I mean the King of Cups with 7 of Pentacles, because I said 8 before, would be that's still nurturing because it's like investing. Didn't I say he's pouring the water? If I even explained it, even though I said the pentacle wrong, I still explained it correctly, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's judicialization. You see, because I'm negating any kind of false consequence of mistakes. You see, I'm removing the, I'm literally, it's like, it's like having, it's like having expenditure for collateral damage and then being able to pay that collateral damage. It's kind of like that. But then someone trying to steal all the resources in order to defame. You see how it's defamation? Exactly. And that's why it's blasphemy. Yeah. Yeah. That's why it's blasphemy, because it's to defame. It's to literally strip away judicialization. Yeah, exactly. Ten of cups. People always forget. They're like, oh, how do you mean? Let me be honest. I get everything from God. That's why I said, if it didn't come from God and you think I got it, honey, it's not with me. That's what I'm just trying to tell you right now. If God didn't give it to me, then it's not with me. That's all it is. And that's what I can honestly, authentically say. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Because these people, like, they steal. These are like thieves that want to steal away happiness and like success. They really want to steal success. And success comes about by judicialization. And now we know. Yeah. Success comes about by judicialization, and now they're in remorse. Yeah. Because the ancestors are cutting them off. See? They're being cut off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Period. Like I said before. Like I said before. Yeah. Ace of Wands in reverse is the impotence. Ace of Wands, yeah, Ace of Joints is the impotence. It's like this pain, endless pain. That was the ancestors' curse. Yeah, that was the ancestors' curse. I shit you not. And it was all because the curse in itself is unfulfilled karma. It's never fulfilled karma. It's karmic cycles that will never be fulfilled. Why? Because the wrong person is trying to fill it up. So the right person has to fucking go through that karmic cycle, and not all these innocent fucking people. Not all these innocent people who are part of my lineage and bloodline. Just so happen to be a part of my lineage and bloodline. So that's why all these people who aren't a part of my lineage and bloodline, all these people who aren't a part of the 144, all these people who are not, have not been forgiven, all these people who have not been, granted delivery by the Most High God, people who haven't been granted success, haven't been granted, they're all victims of the same, you know what I mean? Attempt to thieve, steal judicialization from people. They're the ones who are now facing the karma. They were trying to control the judicial system and by throwing conjurings up, conjuring lies, conjuring falsities, conjuring whatever the fuck, even to the point of blaspheming against God, literally utilizing his name against him. And so now the whole system that they were utilizing is now compromised. The whole system is being seen as, you know what I mean, opportunistic almost. Yeah, because they wanted to create opportunity. See, karma, wisdom, they wanted to create the opportunity to steal judicial systems from other people, which is judicialization, right? They wanted to create a constitution to be able to steal judicialization from other people, right? So now it's being seen as completely illegitimate. The constructs in the system that they were utilizing to be able to, what is it called again, prosecute individuals based off of the compliance or in compliance or anything around surrounding compliancy to that false judicialization, aka the conjuring, hearsay, and problematic issuings and summonings are now being reviewed. Strength. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching, reading with me, and paying attention to the world around you. Hermit, upright, the world. This is the cycle complete. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the truth. Death. Yeah. Death is coming to these people. And it'll be a celebration. It'll be a siesta. Or a fiesta. Yeah, it'll be a fiesta. That's really the fiesta. Or, yeah, fiesta of the dead. Up in this bitch. Yeah. That's what's going on. Yeah, the ancestors are celebrating. Yeah, the ancestors are celebrating because they've been freed from whatever kind of immature, whatever it was, whatever that was, like conjuring projections. Yeah, immature conjuring projections. That's being eliminated now or dismissed now. Yeah, forgetfulness, negation, negativity, all of it. Yeah, all the remorse and all the stuff. Yeah, Emperor in reverse, they're being seen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. That's them. Yeah. They were planning some side. Oh, I had solstice. Solace. Yeah, they were trying to plan for some sort of solace, yeah, comfort, peace, and consolation in a time of sorrow, distress, right? To give comfort to someone, relieve comfort. See what I'm talking about? That's the false nurturing I was talking about. False masculine, the emasculated false nurturing. Yeah. Solace. Yeah. Emasculated false nurturing, and here it is. False solace. And it was like they were projecting some sort of mirage of solace, and they were trying to, and that was the trap. And like I said, collective, if you wanted to walk away, if you wanted to live exactly, and like I told you, away from all of this shit, you could, by not falling for the trap. And that was the trap. False solace. Like there's no one nowhere. Like it's not that. It's that it's thinking that they are the source of solace. God is the source of solace. God has solace everywhere. You can get it anywhere. They're trying to monopolize off of it, act like it's restricted access, like exclusive access. Get it only here right now, $10.99 each. Like, please, bitch, get the fuck out. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. They wanted to falsify. They really wanted to steal judicialization to act like they could render some sort of price upon things that they had no kind of control over. Some Judas shit. So now they're being caught up because, yeah, now they're being caught up. The Hermit with the Chariot, exactly. See, there. They're being found with the Eight of Swords. Yeah. The Queen of Joints in reverse. Yeah, there it is. There's a distaste. Eight of Swords. Yeah, there it is. They're the victim now. I'm done. Queen of Joints, Queen of Wands in reverse. That witchy energy, the one that was doing all the conjuring, all these people that were doing all the conjuring, insulting, lying, going together. They thought that that wasn't going to be seen as conjuring. So it's okay to think that you can call somebody a witch, but then when you turn out to be the failed witch, it's not funny anymore, right? That's basically the energy. It's like, yeah, that's what it's giving. But it's like people wanting me to be that, wanting me to be them. But that's the reason why I crossed paths with these types of people so that God could show, so that I would be shown by God, so that God would be able to show, no, so that I would be able to see from God what He was trying to show me. To show, so God could shine my resilience, and where it came from. Irregardless of these people's conjurings. These were the individuals that were sheltered and spoiled. Me, personally, I was, what is it called again? I was, what was his face? I wasn't nurtured. That's the difference. I wasn't really nurtured. I kind of worked through my own nurturing. So it's like they didn't know what I was missing because they were missing it too. But whatever it is that they got was definitely not for me. And so that's what it is that they were trying to force me to comply to. And now it's like, yeah, now there's enlightenment. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, that they were trying to steal the expression of judicialized power. Yep. They were trying to steal the expression of judicialized power, which is rhythm, strength, you know what I mean? Tone, vibe, like, hey, the power. You know what I mean? All that jazz. They were trying to falsify the expression of it in order to falsify judicialized power. You see, now they're being seen as a victim, and that energy is like, that's it. Yeah, they're being called out for lying, because how are you in Five Pentacles but you're still in Lover's energy? You're either in paradise or in hell. There's no both. And that's what it is here. It's like they wanted to project and conjure up hell for other people while expressing some sort of paradise, and then trying to draw people into that kind of trap so that then they could use and abuse those individuals that they wanted to basically trap into the false conjuring systems, which is the same thing that I'm trying to, like I'm saying right now. And by they, I mean individuals who are part of this, individuals that are part of an entity collaboration that is against hospitality. You see, true hospitality or internal hospitality, which would have to do with nurturing systems. You see what I'm talking about? That's masculine nurturing systems. It's a hospitality. It's like that. That's why, you know what I mean? That's why it's like kind of like why businesses fail. It's like they like kind of energy. Yeah. They wanted to negate the correlation between their compromised values and moral inadequacies to their immoral actions. They wanted to negate it. They wanted to act like the reason why they punching people, insulting people, stealing from people, scaring people off, yelling at people wasn't because they're angry with themselves and that they hate themselves. They were trying to make it seem like it's because as if I or anybody else was supposed to provide them some sort of hospitality, as if that was supposed to be for them when it wasn't. It's kind of like they feel as if that they were supposed to receive the same thing we were supposed to receive, but none of us received it, but they wanted to act like they were entitled about it. You see what I'm saying? And the ancestors were really worried. The ancestors were like that's why the ancestors were stressing out. Like we were stressing out for providing housing for people for the longest time, just to come find out, wait, God told us that we don't need to be providing people housing. That's why everybody's struggling to provide people housing, but somebody wants to act as if that's their main job. That's their main job. They'll do it for you, but you won't earn. You have to earn it. Lies. And that's basically what it is. Lies. Yeah, exactly. And the reality of the situation is that it's some sort of focus that they're trying to administer away. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to administer that away by falsifying judicialized action, by falsifying judicialized power. And now that's being completely removed. Yeah, it's being dismantled. Planned, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And there it is. It's like spiritual fortitude isn't something that is earned. It's something that is gifted. They wanted to act like they could be providers or beneficiaries of some sort of something that isn't earned. But they wanted to act like you would have had to earn it from them. It's like falsified tax as well. It's like interest. It's interest on something that they have no authority over. Yeah, that's what it is. 10 of Pentacles. And that was the main betrayal. The main betrayal was making it seem as if they had authority over something that you were supposed to have interest in, collective. Yeah. The whole betrayal was them trying to make it seem like you owed them interest in something that belonged to you. You see what I meant? We see why I mentioned entities and businesses now? That's what I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make it up. You see what I'm saying? So this is kind of the energy of like, you can tell the trap is obviously tax evasion. But we're not talking about this. We're not talking about no fucking tax evasion. We already went through the Fool Me Once directory, all that jazz, right? We already talked about this. Like we, as a collective consciousness. I'm talking about a scam. It's a professional scam, right? It's like it's like obligations. That's what it is. It's like an obligation. It's someone as someone attempting to legalize a false obligation to them from you, collective. Yeah, exactly. King of Pentacles in reverse. And that's where the betrayal energy came from. And now it's being reversed and sent back to sender. Yeah, it's being reversed and sent back to sender. The ancestors are, yeah, rising. Yeah, it's to conjure false prosecution. It's to conjure up false prosecution. They want to act as if that they were falsely victimized in a situation when they were actually a victim of their own circumstances, just like anyone would have been a victim to their circumstances. It's like they refused to accept the fact that they were a victim to a circumstance that maybe shouldn't have happened, but it happened to them for no reason. And maybe it's time for them to acknowledge that they have to be the ones to put in substance into the meaning of their own lives, instead of trying to assume that people are obligated to provide them some sort of meaning or substance in their life. If they refuse to be or live a purposeful life and journey, then how is that anybody's fucking problem? They could rot where they stand, or sit, or lay down, or dug their grave in. No one gives a flying fuck. The discovery isn't the flying fuck that they thought that they could make people believe that other people gave about it, right? That to make seem as if that there was something of contextual value wherever that trap was. Collective, the Fool in reverse. Yeah, they basically projected false naivety in a situation. It's like, wow, that's someone who actually really knows what they're talking about. Oh, that's someone who doesn't know what they're talking about. But the whole time it was some sort of like barrier. It was genuinely some sort of like communication barrier. It was quite literally a blockage. It was awful. It literally just got lifted. It was like a veil that just got lifted. It was crazy. It was like all over too. It was like it's weird as hell. And it was super, yeah, exactly. The whole emolument, the whole false entity energy is, that's it. Yeah. No rest for the wicked. That's it. Yeah, no rest for the wicked. That was the whole situation. That was the whole situation. They wanted to make things, what did I say? We wanted to create or manifest some sort of false ass solace, but they were doing it with an ulterior motive, with an agenda to manipulate people into falling into this, into that trap of a prosecution, into a prosecution trap, quite literally. And so now it's being judicialized, quite literally. It's being turned to God. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's being left to the legal authorities that are in power, to the Most High. How the Most High like puts people through the situation is how the Most High puts people through the situation, period. Yeah. All I know is that whatever principality it is that they were relying on in order to prosecute the wrong person all the time is being destroyed and dismantled. That's all I know. That's all I know. It's victory to God, because the ancestors are winning and it's God's people who are winning. Because all of God's children, all of the children who had faith the entire time that God was going to do something about this, and that they were going to be freed and liberated and delivered away from these kinds of issues and these problems where people were constantly conjuring shit up to prosecute them in order to force them into some sort of suffrage. Like it was enough. It was enough. Like, that was a continuous cycle. Like, it happened to the Egyptians, it happened to the Israelis, it happened to the Russians, it happened to the Africans, it happened to the fucking Native Americans, and like it happened to the Irish. Like, come on, like there has to be, like, you know what I mean? It happened to the Arabians. Like, there was no, like, almost every, I think the only civilization that really didn't happen to the Aboriginals. Exactly. It happened to in the Easter Island. Like, it happened with almost every civilization. With almost every civilization. So it's being returned now. Yeah, it's being returned now. Whatever it is that these people thought that, like, because the whole time, every civilization that went through, all God's children had witnessed every single civilization's downfall. That's the thing. Every fucking civilization's downfall. So the betrayal is being returned. Yeah, it's being returned back to sender. Yeah, the strength is here to move forward, to, yeah, to communicate, period. The strength is here to communicate. to overcome the barriers of false communication, or our false communication barriers, or false boundaries, or yeah, whatever the fuck it was. False veil or of false communication. Yeah, veil of false communication. Whatever that shit is, yeah, it's shattered. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, God is fulfilling. God who fulfills his promise. Thank you, Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father. Yeah, God, the God who fulfills his promise. Enlightenment. Yeah. The gift, which is the empress, the vow of the empress. It's like the tree of life, like living. Yeah, it's like God promised that we would live. Exactly. God promised that we would live, we would outlive. Yeah, God promised that we would outlive these individuals and their false plans and their weapons against us. Right. God promised that we would outlive them. Ten of wands with the king of bongs. Yeah, health is a whole different conversation. Yeah, that's what it's giving. It's like saying, yeah, it's literally giving, you can be alive, but being healthy is a whole different thing. So it's like giving that. We are outstanding, these individuals, yeah, in our faith. And that's what Archangel Michael is. Archangel Michael, thank you, Archangel Michael, thank you, Archangel Gabriel, even Archangel Sandoval. Yeah, that's what they're coming out to say. Yeah, exactly. We are out, our faith is outstanding their lies and illusions and veils. Yeah, just our faith alone. But what else could we do to assist God, the divine Heavenly Father, in completing this dismantlement or that dismantling, right? By disciplining ourselves in our health, right? Disciplining ourselves in our mindset, right? And this is what this is looking. You see, that's looking. There's something afoot is giving. A plan. Yeah. So God is going to provide us with some sort of plan. Okay. Queen of Bongs. Exactly. And it's going to be to plant a seed. Okay. To plant a seed, to implement, exactly, apply some sort of strategy, applying some sort of strategy. 8 of Wands, yeah, strategy to our lightness of being. Yeah. What is it? I'm seeing like a mountain. Oh, the idea has like a wait for God to give you the idea first. Okay, so the idea will be provided forth. Yeah, prepare. So first is to prepare. So prepare for the miracle. Are you ready? Yeah, are you ready? Prepare for the miracle because it's coming. Something like that. Yeah, because our faith outlasts. That's what it is. Everlasting. There's some sort of everlastness. That's what it is that they wanted. Everlastness. Everlastment. Everlastment. Let me see before I go. Endowment, betterment, fulfillment, establishment, contentment, settlement, achievement, enlightenment, contentment. Yeah, endowment. Permanence, everlastingness. There it is, everlastingness. Yep, they wanted everlastingness. Yep, they wanted to possess everlastingness. And now it's being, yep, Tower. There it is, Ace of Bongs. It's like whatever it is that they lacked, that they thought we were lacking, the real thing, that whatever it is that they were lacking, that they thought we were lacking, that they couldn't see within us, that we couldn't see within them, that we could see in ourselves. no, that we could see in them that they couldn't see within us, right? Is the same thing that allowed us to see our way out of whatever it is that we both didn't have. Like, that's what it is. As a what'd you call it? That energy. Okay, I'm out, you guys. Preparation. Honor. So prepare for the miracle that God is giving you by harvesting your honor. Harvesting your honor. So, yeah, exactly. They're being shown as a high priestess in reverse. They're being seen as a high priestess in reverse. Yeah. Knight of Bongs with the 2 wands in upright. I'm just giving temporary. Yeah. What is that about? It's not about that, but I'm trying to like everlastingness. They wanted everlastingness. Yeah, there it is. They wanted everlastingness. It's like they didn't have the structure to receive everlastingness. So which is that honor. So the honor, okay, so the honor of the collective is going to be, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's not like it's going to be not tested. Ooh, you see, maybe that's what it is. They wanted to test your honorability. Yes, they were trying to siphon your judicialization through attempt to defeat your own honor. And that's where these battles were coming from. Okay, you guys, I gotta go. All right, yeah, Wheel of Fortune upright with the 10 of Cups here. Ooh, yeah, they try to take the 10 of, they try to take the Destiny, but it came out in reverse for them. I'm not even capping. I'm literally holding the cards because I'm like, I'm about to leave, so I'm trying to see. Yeah, they wanted to like delay plans. Yeah, and cause uh how do I say, like a burnout, or like a disgrace. They were trying to cause like an impotence. Yeah, exactly. And that's back to the curse. See how it goes back to them? They were the ones that tried to cause it, and so it has to return back to them. So now it's returning back to them finally. Yeah, the world energy there with the 10 of Swords. Yeah, period. Yep, because they were trying to, they were attempting to abuse judicialization to abuse the dismissal. And it's like they need to be dismissed. They need to go by strength. They literally have to go. But then they're trying to make it seem like because I have to go, they're trying. You see what I'm talking about the shark and the boat at the same time? That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm like, okay, guys, I gotta go. And then all of a sudden they gotta go too. No, they had to go before, but they were trying to act like they had staying power. So no matter how much you shoot them, see, Page of Buds, they want to act like, okay, so somebody has an implant, some sort of implantation within themselves where they feel like they can't, or something like that. I don't know, where they can't, they don't, they will not, they cannot, will not, do not, da 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 da. No, 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 no. That's them abusing the power of negation, because they're trying to act like them being that way, being negative, actually eliminates everybody else's desire for something. And it doesn't make any fucking sense, because that's not our problem nor our business. There's no rest for the wicked. We already are very rested, well rested, taken care of. We're well taken care of by the Most High God. I don't know what the fuck these people are on. Like, that's really it. Yeah, exactly. Temperance. They literally, with the 10 of Swords, they can't... They think we're waiting for them to accept the fact that they are betraying themselves. Why the fuck will we sit here and wait for them to visually, physically express to us that they betrayed themselves? We know already, so we're moving on. The fuck? You can't pretend something hasn't been seen when it's already out as seen. You can't pretend something is unseen when it's already seen. Okay, it already changes. That's just the truth of the situation. See, they can't act like something hasn't been seen. They can't act like it. They have to act, they have to sit the asses down. That's what's going on right now. That's what's going on right the fuck right now. Yeah, they have to act like they gotta go. Uh-huh. Exactly. They gotta act like they gotta go. Gotta act like they got some shit going on now, and they gotta because they saw because that's what happens when they try to copy somebody who's actually gotta go and gotta do some shit. Yeah. Now it's being under judgment. Yeah, it's now it's being put under judgment because God is winning the situation hardcore. Yeah, that's it. That was the plan. So the whole thing was to cause some sort of projections of or trying to possess over the field of conjuring, the space of conjuring as well, which is a false dominion. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. They were trying to control the false dominion, oppression, but that's being removed now because yeah, suppressed. Now they're being suppressed. Yeah. It's like okay, they're getting caught up for the backfire of when they were supposed to be suppressed, but they weren't suppressed. They were supposed to be suppressed, right? Sit the fuck down. They were supposed to be suppressed, but they were retaliating against their own suppression. So now they're going to have to pay the consequences for all of it. Okay, see you.